Hey guys, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the blower motor in your Ford Expedition. Mine happens to be a 2012. This is the front blower motor. So what was happening is that the plug that goes into the blower motor resistor started to melt. So usually when that happens, it's usually the blower motor resistor that goes. So usually the first thing you tackle is the blower motor resistor. Replace the pigtail end. That was good for a while, and then that circuit started to melt and heat up again. So usually when that happens, the problem's a lot of times in the blower motor itself. It starts to go bad. It'll heat up a circuit. It'll kind of go through the wire, and it'll find its way to the blower motor resistor and cause problems there too. So we're going to swap this out, put the brand new one in, and it's not that bad to do. I'll show you what's involved with it. So here's the replacement blower motor. I purchased this off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description of this video to this blower motor on Amazon if you want to check it out, buy one for your Expedition. There's 3 bolts to hold it in, 3 screws. There's a plug right there. So I'm going to go up under the dash and show you what these screws are, what size they are, all that, how to unplug that plug. So I'm up and into the passenger side, and there's one plug right here that plugs into it. So all you have to do is push the tab in, wiggle it, and pull the plug out. And there's 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3 right there. So these screws are an 8mm. I have my 8mm socket, a small 1/4-inch ratchet, and I'm gonna take these 3 screws out. I'll drop down the blower motor and we'll compare it against the other one. So I found it easier to attack the back screw first. I went to a shallow 8mm, and then you can go to this screw and then the other screw over here, because that one's the toughest to get at. Go to the next toughest one to get at, then go to the easy one to get at, and then the assembly should drop down for you. All right, so all the screws have been removed. Just give it a little tug, and you can pull it down, kind of worm its way out. You might have to twist it around a little bit like I'm doing, and it'll come out. Okay, so here's the blower motor assembly you just took out, and here is the new blower motor assembly, and you can see that the plugs are in the same place, has the snorkel on it and all that. Has the 3 tabs. Both have a cage on them. Here's the new one, just a different color, it's not a big deal. But what also happens is I recommend replacing the motor and the cage and the whole darn thing. It's not really any more money, because after a while these cages get brittle because they're only plastic, and they can fly apart too and deteriorate. So go in there once, that's what I like to do, and take care of the whole problem. So when I took the blower motor out, it was getting stuck on this lip right here coming down, so I had to press it in. It's a little pliable. I peeled the carpet out of the way, and I'm gonna have to worm the new one in, but you can bend this carpet. It might fight you a little bit, but just push this in a little bit, pull the cage down, it should pop out of there for you. Okay guys, so I have my blower motor back in place, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little bit of a pain in the ass getting it in here. You had to what I did is I peeled the carpet back a little bit, gave myself some more room down here, took my floor mats out, and I kind of had to tilt and worm the cage up in here. Now you're gonna want to be careful of the plastic cage. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on it because you don't want to break it. So take your time. You might have to kind of shift the motor around a little bit and worm it up in there, but it did pop in. Just be patient with it. When you bolt it back in, start with that screw first, snug it up, don't tighten it all the way, because you're gonna need some adjustment for the other screw right here. Then I did that one, then I went to the back screw, and once I get them all in place, then I kind of went in a crisscross pattern to evenly snug them up so the housings sit nice and flush. Now you're gonna wanna plug your plug back in. Mine's over here. And that's just a simple push it back in. Oh. Here it goes. There it goes. It's seated now. Give a little tug, make sure it's clipped into place and it's snug. All right, now for the final test. Got the truck running. Turn the AC on. There we go. Nice cold air. But back in business. We should be good. Okay, so this repair probably took me about a half an hour. Everything's back in place, works good. Just take your time with that cage, slipping it in there. You might have to finagle it a little bit to warm it up in that hole. Once you get it in there, just catch those bolts like I said. Hey, if you have any questions, leave a comment. I will reply back to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of great stuff coming up. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Have a good day.